Well, I just want to say thanks for taking time. It's a pleasure to talk to two guys who have a #1 song in Cambodia.
Well,
Dude.
we get that a lot. You'd be blown away.
How crazy is that for you?
This week.
No, we do. I saw that the other day. That's pretty cool. 10,000 hours. It's crazy. The song is like sort of, it was a single. It came out October 4th of last year, and it's still rocking. Like the streams are still crazy on it. And one of the guys from BTS did a cover of it. It's like it's just gotten a whole new life, and it just keeps doing its thing. So we'll take it.
What fan base on social media got more traction, the BTS army or Bieber's crew?
Man, we're lucky guys to be in the mix with both of those fan bases. They're both incredible. The Beliebers and the Army, they're like two of the most diehard fan bases, and they've shown us nothing but love. So we're super grateful. And the fact that all these new folks are listening to our music and being introduced to not just 10,000 hours, but the rest of our stuff is incredible, man. We're super thankful for that.
Well, you guys got a pretty good army of your own on social media. You're so great at just taking us behind the scenes, and the teases you have with your new music drive me crazy. Like ISP GTB, I'm like trying to figure it out in my head. Like, what could that be? What is going on? Why is everything yellow?
Why is everything yellow? That's
What's happening with the yellow? Yeah.
It was all yellow.
It's fun, man. It's Dan's so great. He's kind of the mastermind behind all of that. And it's really cool for me almost to be a bystander as well. I'm like, oh, this is awesome, dude. This is exciting. I'm like over there like, oh, when we put it out. It's like I get to hear it secondhand as well, especially during the quarantine. Usually I'm very locked in. I know what's going on because we're together all the time. But right now, I'm home like being Mr. Mom right now, and Dan's like just a mastermind. He had to do this whole record by himself. Besides like the vocals and things, and we went crazy on all that.
No one wants to hear that.
Nobody. We got to we actually got to, make this at Dan's house, in the studio. And it was a lot of fun, man, being able to be creative and do things that we've not gotten to do really up to this point. This is definitely different territory, but luckily we've kind of always done the records DIY, and Dan just kind of, he works on it all really by himself here at the house like a mad scientist, but so this definitely played into what we're kind of used to, being able to do these records on our own. But there's on all of our records we have so many talented people that play on them. Piano players, guitar players, all these wonderful musicians that are in Nashville. That obviously all the studios are shut down right now, and a lot of people it just looks a lot different. So at that time I don't think the studios were open at all. So Dan
you can't tell I should probably go to bed was made at somebody's house. Like I remember counting down to it. First listen, kind of blown away with the sound of it, the vocals on it. I'm sure you got a lot of positive feedback. But since you teased with the ISP GTB, I wanted to put you guys through a little acronym test. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I like it.
All right. We'll start easy. BTW.
By the way.
OMG.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, God. Whatever.
It works. POV.
One of you. Well.
WTF.
What the frick?
ICYMI.
In case you missed it.
Oh, I was solid.
Yeah.
ROTFL.
Roll on the floor laughing?
IDK.
I don't know.
DGMW.
DGMW. Don't.
Dog's gonna munch Whataburger.
I'll take it. It's supposed to be don't get me wrong, but I like what you did instead. Last one, because you guys are crushing this one, EOTY.
What was that one?
EOTY.
Entertainer of the Year.
Which leads me to the ACMs tomorrow night. If you guys could pick Luke Bryan, Eric Church, Luke Combs, Thomas Rhett, Carrie Underwood, who is your Entertainer of the Year?
I thought you were going to say, that brings me to my point. You guys are the new Entertainers of the Year. Like, oh, we weren't even up for that. This is incredible.
Best day ever.
That's got to go to Luke Combs. He's selling more tickets than anyone. So that's a big testament, packing out the arenas. He's doing it. So he's the guy. He's got my vote.
So I want to talk a little bit about the fact that you're performing your new song tomorrow night on the ACMs, but I need you to settle a debate we had on our show. Because it's I should probably go to bed, we were talking about a TV in the bedroom. Do you guys like the idea of a TV in the bedroom or totally against it?
I have a TV in the bedroom. It's a staple.
I do as well.
So yes?
Yeah, I do. It is hard, though. It will get you. We try to turn it off like at least an hour before we're going to bed, but that's like a rule of thumb. Never happens with my wife and I. We try really, really hard because it does it gets your brain working way too much. It definitely, you don't get as good sleep. if you're watching TV before bed.
Don't you feel like that? Because I'm doing the Mr. Mom thing too. Don't you feel like after a day with kids and stuff, you lay in bed and you're like, I know I should sleep, but I just need an hour of 90 Day Fiance or something?
Yeah. I love that specific one because we totally watch that. There's also Grand Design, which you should really check out. It's a pretty solid one. That's a good one on Netflix. Yeah.
I love that you're a 90 Day fan too. That just made my heart so happy.
I know all of them.
Performance tomorrow night, what is that going to look like? Are you guys in a studio space? I saw you did it. Was it in a church or the Ryman that you did the most recent one?
We did it at Ocean Way Studios, which is an old church. It's like it's the best sounding studio in Nashville. It's incredible. And it was tough. I mean, it was like very locked down, very quarantine, very small crew could be there for that. But it's going to be the same for the ACMs. Everything is super, like, everybody's been tested. I think we've been tested like 5 times this week for COVID, and everybody in there is wearing like a hazmat suit and a face shields and the whole deal. And it's just the 2 of us on stage. So it's fun, man. It's like, it's nice to have something to do. We've been like sitting around for a couple months. Like, I wish we could go play music, even if it's just for a small camera crew. It's like, hey, do you guys like this song? What do you think? It's some sort of human gratification.
I know that because of how big you guys are, it's probably too impossible to do, but did you ever think about just going around Nashville to a random neighborhood and doing a pop-up show?
Maybe to a neighborhood would be a little crazy. They'd probably be like, what the heck is this guy? I'd probably be wearing a mask. They'd be like, who are you? And why are you here in my house? I think going to stores have been kind of nice. Here in Nashville, people are super respectful, but, you go to like a Kroger, go to these places, and sometimes people, they'll go up and ask for pictures. That goes away with the mask. Not a single person's has stopped me since this thing has started.
Did you ever think that now with performing the way it might change, you might go to the Daft Punk look and just do full helmets from here on out?
I'm down. And then if like you're feeling tired or you got to like do something or go to a family something, you just send your buddy and they're wearing the helmet and they're chilling, Marshmallow. I don't know what Marshmallow looks like.
It's the beauty of being a twin. You could always just send somebody else, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So you guys mentioned the record. Is the new album coming soon? I see everything's yellow. I should probably go to bed. Obviously, the lead single. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, we're working on a ton of music right now. It's like we've got nothing but time on our hands, and we can't go on the road until next year. So there's going to be lots of music coming. We're working on it. It's just I take so dang long on every little sound. So we take a lot of pride in the stuff before we put it out. So hopefully we drop something soon. I don't know when, but I'm working on it. That
was the most vague thing I ever heard. I feel like I got no answer.
I truly don't know the answer.
Yeah, we don't know the answer to that.
I truly don't. I got to mix it,
I keep looking this way because my computer's dead. I have no screen here, but my screen's here, so it's the most awkward. I can't even see what you guys are.
It's talking to your studio audience.
Yeah. I gotta ask, how long have you been growing this stash? I mean, that thing looks like it could ride a horse. I mean, it's amazing. Like, it looks like that thing saddles up, goes into town, and has a strong glass of whiskey. Like,
it's been about 2 months. My wife prefers me with a mustache, and now that I got a kid, she's 1. I'm like, why not grow the dad stash for her? And it just kind of works.
It's amazing. I love it. It's hard to grow a stash and make it look good. I did it for 13 seconds, and my wife made me shave my
So you guys wouldn't do something like, I know you got to probably record something for the CMAs. You're going to perform in that next. Would you just do a mustache performance?
I think we probably should.
I must ask my wife about that. See what I did there?
One last thing before I let you guys go, and thanks for your time. The one thing that you missed that you didn't think you'd miss about traveling and touring?
Oh, man.
A lot of things. I miss a lot of things. Man, just being with our band guys. Like, we grew up with those guys. We've known them forever. And, like, we haven't seen them in so long. But just, like, the small things, like, that you take for granted. Like, being in another country, like having a pint of Guinness, you know what I mean? Where through all those times we were like, oh, the jet lag's so bad, or the travel is terrible, or it's so cold. We were always like, because we were going so much, there was always something to complain about. But now I'm like, I would kill to be on like a long flight across the ocean. You know what I mean? Like, so when it comes back, we're gonna be more appreciative, I think.
I miss the bus for sure. I think I slept a lot better on my bus.
Well, there was no kid on the bus.
Exactly. I don't have to be up at 6 a.m.
Hey guys, thanks so much for your time. I can't wait to watch tomorrow night, and just all the best to you and your family. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you, brother. So good to talk to you.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it. Anytime. Mustaches, remember. CMAs.
Heck yeah.
Working on it now.
See you, boys.
See you, brother.